everyone, Katie Mulholland here. We're doing a couple videos in studio today for you guys. So first one is going to be a nice yin deep stretch for those of you who are unfamiliar with that type of class. It's meant to get deep into the connective tissues of the body and the fascia, the ligaments. So we're holding the positions anywhere between 30 seconds and about 4 minutes for this particular segment. We're only going to be holding them for about 3 minutes each. Trying to fit as much into this 20-minute video as I can for you guys. So we'll start with a full body stretch, come into a nice Bananasana, so a lateral stretch, followed by a twisted root, Anahatasana, deer pose, and then closing Shavasana. So let's go ahead and get started. You can lie down on your mat to start, and we're just going to take a nice full body stretch. So bring the arms all the way above the head, rotate through the wrists and the ankles. You can do this lying down. I'm just doing it standing to show you. Going through the ankles and the wrists. You can settle into lying down, and we'll just start with some nice breathing. So nice deep breaths. You can even do our Dirga Pranayama, so inhaling, filling the belly, and then feeling the breath rise up through the ribs, topping off at the chest. Then exhaling from the chest first, then the ribs, and then the belly. So this is just to improve our lung function, get the maximum amount of oxygen in our body as possible before we get into our little movements here. So nice deep breaths. So we'll start with Bananasana. So for Bananasana, you're going to lay in the middle of your mat, and we'll do this side first, so the right side first. And I'm going to do it laying down, and then I'm going to stand up and show you because the angle for the camera is this way and not above me. So essentially, we're lying down in the middle of the mat. We're going to bring the right leg over to the right side of the mat, nice and extended. Left leg is going to cross over that. Then we'll bring the arms up above the head. So you've got the option to keep prayer hands here. You can hold on to your forearms like this. You can hold on to your wrists. We're just going to tilt the torso towards the right. So you're getting a nice full body stretch right here. Now I'm going to stand and show you what that looks like. So you'll be like this, and then options for the hands, come to the elbows, up above the head, and we'll tilt over. So you can hold on to your wrists. You can, if you're having any shoulder kind of issues, you can drop your elbows down to relieve any tightness here while you're here. And we're going to be here for 3 minutes on this side, and then we'll switch. So nice deep breaths. You can keep that Dirga Pranayama with you if you like. If not, feel free to switch to the rhythm of your own natural breath and involuntary life force. I encourage you guys to put on some calming music at home for this practice as well, since we can't have it on during this in the studio here. So nice deep breaths. Maybe after a little while, you increase your stretch. Scooch over another inch or two. Okay, let's gently bring the torso back towards center. Release the arms down. Feel like you can do a few little kind of shoulder rotations here while you're laying down. We'll uncross the legs, maybe give them a little shake. And then go to the other side. So left leg over to the left side of the mat, right on top. And arms come back over the head, and we'll rotate the torso to the left. So we're stretching side body right here. Nice deep breaths. Breathe into that side body. Feel it expand with every breath. We've got 3 minutes on this side. Feel the belly expand with every breath. Okay, let's gently bring the torso back towards center. Release the arms down. Uncross the legs. Give it a little shake. Okay, so the next one that we're going to do is called twisted root. Now, it's a really great lower back stretch and a nice deep twist, which are good for detoxifying. Obviously, excellent for lower back pain. So I'll show you the full version of it, and then I'm going to give you the modified version of it, because it can be quite an extreme stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, interlace them, place them behind your head, and then we'll lift the legs up. Now for the full version, we're going to cross the right leg over the left, and then we're going to let both of our knees fall over to the left. Now if this is too intense for you, which you'll usually be able to tell if it's too intense if you do this and start to come over and you're like, oh wow, that's too tight, gently come back towards the center, uncross the legs. You can leave them just like this, and then let them fall over to the side. Now, if this is still too much for you, you can take a pillow or a block, place it in between the knees, and then we'll do 3 minutes on this side. So, yogi's choice, you pick the most comfortable version of this posture for you. Don't mind me, I'm checking my phone to keep time for all these. And normally, the people who take my class, you know them, normally looking at this clock, but we're here. Again, nice deep breaths. And we want to send that breath to the area that you're feeling stretching. So a good visualization technique for that would be to inhale and envision a bubble kind of expanding the area. And then as you exhale, the bubble pops and gently releases. So inhale, expand, breathe into the area. Exhale, release. Now you might notice during this stretch, during this period of relaxing and releasing your fascia, that it may start to get uncomfortable a minute or two into it. And I want you guys to know that you can change up your options at any time. So if you start with the modified version and then after a minute want to switch into the twisted version, you may. And the same thing goes the other direction. So if you start in the twisted version and you go like, oh, you know what, my back is starting to get a little strained, just go ahead and uncross the legs and then flatten your twist a little bit. Okay, let's gently bring the legs back towards center. If you have them crossed, go ahead and gently uncross them. And we'll just do a slow bicycle kick. Okay, and then other side. So we cross the left leg over the right this time, and we'll guide the knees over to the right. So we do want to try and make sure that we're keeping the shoulder blades flush to the mat. That's what's going to get our twist. So again, if you need to uncross the knees to do that, that's fine. An option for your block here, if you need a little extra space. And keep in mind also that what feels right on one side most likely isn't going to be the same on the opposite side. You always have to be conscious of that. In yoga, when we're doing the positions on the right and the left, you have to keep in mind that, you might be tighter on one side than you are on the other. So what worked for you over that way might not work for you here. So I suggest that you guys approach it with a very non-judgmental attitude, as far as yourself goes. It's all, yin deep stretch is all about giving the body what it needs to relax and to release. Nice deep breaths. Again, visualize that bubble as you inhale, expanding the area in the lower back and or hip if that's where you're feeling it. Exhale, release any tension. You guys stay there. The computer screen just went blank, so I'm going to make sure that it's still recording. And it is, so don't mind my face up in your face. I was just making sure. You'll have to forgive myself, lack of technology expertise here. All right, let's gently bring those knees back towards center and a slow bicycle kick to just release it out. Okay, now we're gonna go to student favorite, Anahatasana. So if you have a transition that you prefer to take, if you want to roll over to your side and then sit up and meet in table, you can. If you'd like a transition, we're just gonna cross the legs, rock ourselves up, plant the hands down in front, shift the weight into the knees, and then uncross the ankles. Okay, so we'll line up the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then come into our nice tabletop. And then gently walk the hands out. So this is a really good back stretch here. Now, option, you can rest your head on a blanket. You can rest your head on a block, if you like. Now, if you're having any shoulder discomfort, you can try separating the arms, keeping them outstretched, but separating them nice and wide. You can also keep the hands where they were, and then drop the forearms and maybe cock the elbows out to the side. Again, this is going to give some nice space for your shoulders if you have any tightness or uncomfortable kind of areas up there. But the most important part of this is that we're leaving our hips stacked over our knees and then really elongating the back. Again, nice deep breaths. So this posture, I like for a few reasons. It's very, very relaxing. Can help with anxiety. But it's also, once you get comfortable in it, just a really nice stretch. Like this, the 3 minutes, in my normal class, we usually hold it 4 minutes to 4.5 minutes. And that's just really so you can settle into it and chill out. So again, nice deep breaths. Almost done. Okay, on the next exhale, we're just gently going to lean back, bringing ourselves into our child's pose. Now, a yin child's pose, typically knees are separated. You can keep the feet together and either keep your arms outstretched, maybe even tuck them in here. We're not going to hold this for a particularly long time. It's just a really nice kind of counter stretch to what we just did. And if you like, you can even take a few rounds of cat-cow. So drop the belly, open the chest as you inhale, and then exhale, round it out nice and high. Maybe one more. Inhale, drop it open, exhale, round. All right. Let's come into deer pose now. So this is going to be the last posture, yin posture that we're doing before we come into our shavasana. So deer pose, we'll start with the right leg first. So we're going to hug the right leg in towards the body. The left leg is going to swing back around. Sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to rotate the torso towards this front leg. Nice deep breath. So this one we're only going to hold for 2 minutes on each side. And again, you're getting the upper body twist because we're rotating the torso this way. If you like, you can take this left hand to maybe the outside of the right thigh or the floor. I prefer personally to keep one here in the front and then one in the back near the right hip. Again, nice deep breaths. This is a very calming pose. Now, to safely come out of this, we're going to gently turn the torso back towards the front. You can take that left hand, bring it back behind the left sit bones to kind of lean back, shift the weight into both the palms. Or just release the legs out front, maybe give them a little shake, toes side to side, out and in, and then we'll switch sides. So left leg will come in, right leg swings back. Now, if this isn't available to you, you can always keep one leg outstretched like so. And that's the same thing on the other side. So we'll just bring that right leg back if it's available to us, and then we're shifting our torso towards the left leg this time. And then option for hands, you can keep them like this, or maybe take that right hand to the thigh to get a little deeper twist if you like. Try and keep the torso up straight. And we're gazing to the left. Another 30 seconds. Okay, let's safely come out again. We're going to bring the torso back towards center. You can shift the weight into this hand next to your left hip. And then maybe bring that other hand behind and shift the weight into the fingertips as you swing this leg around. Now, a nice little release again. Shake out the feet and the legs. Okay. Now we will come into our Shavasana. So we're not going to record Shavasana, obviously, because we're just kind of laying here, but I do think it's important that you guys do it. So even when this video ends, take a good 5 to 7 minutes and just breathe and relax. So for Shavasana, if you're unfamiliar, you're just going to lay down. It's the ending posture, asana, to any yoga class. The palms can just come open. Let the legs fall where they may. You may choose to place a blanket over yourself. You may want to put a roller or a pillow under your knees. That'll take any pressure off the lower back. Just a few deep breaths and relax. All right, everybody, so that's yin. Again, sorry for the amateur videoing, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.